John Frost looked on the gathered crowd, now 3,000 strong. With heavy heart, his voice rang loud as he sang this loveless song. God is a guide from field, from wave, from plough, from anvil, and from loom. We come our country's rights to save and speak a tyrant faction's doom. We raise the watchword liberty. We will be free. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. And bobbies took an oath to be our nation's warders, swearing that they would enforce Sir Robert's Rules of Order. Till Newport rose a million friends who rallied each supporter to join this flood of working men against Robert's Rules of Order. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament comes crashing down with Robert's Rules of Order. Like this, on the steps of Parliament, John Frost stood proud and tall. A hush fell on this great event as he told them one and all, depose the gentry and the crown, depose the House of Lords, or join the Queen in exile by Robert's Rules of Order. So Chartists, Luddites, Communists, recall each faithful martyr who died so you could have your new world Robert's Rules of Order. Say it loud, vote your favor, shout it high. All in favor, you say aye. Favor, aye, favor, aye. A mandate of the people's cry. Favor, aye, favor, aye. Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed, you say nay. Opposed, opposed. The motion carries anyway. Currents change and bring to us our dear corrupted warder. In chains subdued and ill-abused, he's left with no supporters. Mobility's will can then proceed by our own rules of order. And we'll all cheer for country's sake when Robert's drawn and quartered. For when the rising tide is turned in every London quarter, Parliament shall be reborn with Robert's Rules of Order.
What? We're on camera.
Hi over there.
Hey, we're all fancy. Look, okay, because we have a new scoreboard. Look, oh, you do it because my arm is.
Okay.
So that's iPhone. You go to that one.
Right.
Okay. See, you can. Ooh, that's kind of weird. Let's fix that.
Yeah, that should be zooming in. Yes.
Yeah, I can fix the zoom in. So leave that up there. Let's go to camera effects. So look, I'm teaching you how to do all this stuff now, so you can start to take over. See, that's good.
There we go.
Right there.
Actually, bring it a little far. Get my head out of the picture. Just so it's
your big head?
Yes.
That's as far as it goes. Your big head's going to be in the picture. So let's put a little so it doesn't look so weird.
Get my big...
You can buy those glasses, by the way, because they're perfect for big heads.
My wife likes my big head.
Oh, my God.
You walked into that one.
Oh, why did that one stop? Oh, I have a phone call coming. Oh, my God. Who's calling me? It's interrupting you.
We'll be right back after these important commercial messages.
Yeah, let me see. It's probably Ken Molman, because I texted him. It's Ken Molman. I got to decline that. I'll call him later.
David, we haven't missed a thing. We're just getting started.
Ken, if you're watching this, thank you for interrupting the screen. I shouldn't have texted you right before the live stream. I'll call you back right after the live stream.
Yes, I do have a big head, Shannon. It's a 7 3/4 size hat.
If anyone is watching
Literally.
this, if anyone is watching this and you're friends with Ken Molman, can you please send him? We're not.
Be careful. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill you.
Oh yeah, let's. Okay, will someone send a message to Ken Molman to tell him, I don't like this. You need to scoot more that way.
I'm falling off the
screen. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
No, see, that's good.
Actually, wait a minute.
All right. We're so fussy. We're such prima donnas.
Not prima donnas.
So somebody please let Ken Molman know that I got his call, and I appreciate it, but I got to wait till after the stream, and that he interrupted our stream. So he starred on Cult of RONR, whether he liked it or not. If you could, but I'm dead serious. If someone could send him a message.
I can do that.
Are you friends with him?
Yeah.
Do you have his phone number?
I can message him on Facebook.
Okay. I was going to say if he likes text better, but if you can message him on Facebook to let him know, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so I want to just show you again the fanciness. So this goes to our scoreboard, and this goes to iPhone. So we started a new scoreboard, And JJ said hello again. So your first hello. He's very needy today. I'm sorry you're so needy, JJ. I'm negging you. Hello. So we're starting a new year. We're forgetting about all the missed dates of last year, all of the failures and disappointing children we have been to you. We're starting a new year. We're doing the 2020 calendar because they still made a calendar in 2020, and we don't think we did that one, and if we did, we don't remember. And plus, we also switched days. So where Mike used to do odd days, oh, now he's on a different site. Okay. And I used to do even, now I'm doing odd. So on the off chance we've done some of these before, we won't remember the questions. We're not that talented anyway. Oh, Dave. Okay, that's fine. But by the way, David Davis, my email address is my full name, KarenAnnHarlos@gmail.com or pinkflameofliberty@gmail.com. I totally have my head up of Google's ass. So everything for me is Gmail. All of my channel, Cult of RONR@gmail.com is mine too. Okay, but I appreciate it. I'll get that message out. This coming week, I'm sending out an email to my mail list. So we're starting with the first of the year, and we're going to hopefully break them down into daily episodes again to have the daily devotions. We're trying to be good children. I never ordered that. Is that a gavel in your pocket shirt? I need to order that one too. Okay, so we're going to start out in the first. Questions you all have, please put in chat. I'm also going to start reading with more regularity the NAP site. If there's any good questions there, we can discuss.
Okay. Well, after all, if we're the heretics in the temple, we might as well see what's in the off-door box.
Yeah. There's already some really fundamental disagreements I have found with Roberts, and it's not just Roberts. Roberts is still the best of the parliamentary authorities. They all are lacking there, but there's certain issues I've had that we can start to go over. But let's just get right into the first. We need something so none of us can cheat to cover after I flip this. Do we have a piece of paper or? Yeah. We've got an old gnarly Clark for President, bumper sticker. So this is what
I'll unfold that a minute. That's a nice piece of history right there.
It is, but this one's kind of in bad shape. I've got a bunch of these, but it is. And I've got it. The
1980, folks.
Yeah, we've got 50 of these. These
wow.
were very, very common.
Yeah.
So we're going to use this.
It's still a nice piece of
but
history.
smell how musty it is.
Woo.
It's bad. It's bad. So none of us can cheat. That's what I did. It's covered up by Clark. So now we're on the first. So I'm doing the odd ones now. Oh God.
What?
I didn't take more Kratom. I mean, it's just
I didn't touch you.
No. But if y'all were watching
For a minute, I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't cracked any bad jokes. I didn't touch your bad elbow.
Oh yeah, JJ had a good idea. The Q&A column's a good source for discussion questions. The last stream, if you guys thought I was fooling about my arm, when he bumped it and I shrieked, hopefully that convinced you. I peaked the microphone right then. But, and I can't get any more pain medication because I hate this country. I told you,
get some sweet birch oil and just apply it directly to the elbow. It'll take care of it.
No, I want drugs.
It's natural oil of aspirin.
Fuck natural.
It works.
No, fuck natural. I want drugs. Opium is natural. But
opium's processed.
I hate this fucking country when it comes to that. They'd rather you be in pain because they're protecting you from yourself. So I can't get a refill. So I'm just doing Kratom. And, I mean, Kratom is helping.
Yeah.
Acupuncture doesn't work for me. I've tried it, actually. I'm not against acupuncture. I've tried it. It doesn't really help me.
I prefer acupressure because I have an aversion for needles.
Oh, I don't mind needles.
But that's my personal biases.
I really I'm one of those people who really don't. Needles do not bother me at all. But we have actual opium poppies upstairs. You know where you can buy the buds? I don't know why this is legal, but you can buy and you can make a tea out of it. Wayne, make me some opium tea. Did you hear me, Wayne?
Make the tea!
Make some opium tea! By the way, for my campaign, I have a Wayne shut the door button. That'll be the most popular button.
What you need is, what you call it? One of those little microchips behind the button, so you push a button and then it makes that noise.
You missed Gene.
I was looking for episodes of Pinky and the Brain, but somehow else appeared on my site.
You're definitely not the brain.
Hey, Gene. Narf.
All right, are you ready, Mr. Seebeck?
What are we going to do tonight, Pinky? The same thing we do every night.
Because we got
try and destroy the temple.
We've got 22 days to get through. So we gotta, you and I just go, we talk too much.
Yes, we do. We have fun doing it.
Okay, let me move this, because I'm only...
What?
I just heard beeping and stuff.
That's not me!
You know how easily, like, you know. Okay, are you ready? All right, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
The first. If the president is ex officio a member of all committees except the nominating committee,
Okay.
he has the rights of the other committee members except 1. Voting within the committee. That's not 1, it's A. Excuse me.
That's
A,
all right. Keep going.
Voting in the
I knew what you meant somehow.
B. Attending meetings of the committee unless invited. C. Receiving notice of the meetings. And D. Being counted in the quorum of the committee.
Oh, God. Okay, I know it's A and B are fine. There's things that do involve. We just had a discussion on this with Hirschman on email like 2 days ago. Yeah, I did.
I didn't.
Yeah, I did, because he was looking at the ex-officio things in our bylaws.
The bylaws?
Yes, because ours appear to be almost directly opposite of what Robert says about it. But anyway, I had to explain why they are the way they are. Okay, give me the options one more time.
All of them, or A and B as well? Because you wrote out A and B, I thought.
I think I did, but let's make sure.
Okay. So you want me to read the question again too?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. The president.
It's a short question, so.
The president is ex officio a member of all, if the president is ex officio a member of all committees,
right,
except the nominating committee.
Right.
He has all the rights of the other committee members except A. Voting within the committee. B. Attending meetings of the committee unless invited.
Okay, you can do both of those, yeah.
So eliminate those.
Right.
C. Receiving notice of the meetings. D. Being counted in the quorum of the committee.
Oh, it's got to be C. If it says accept, right?
Accept.
Yeah. No, he can receive notices of the meeting. So yeah, it's C.
No.
Remember, this is reverse.
Right, but I think you accept.
He's entitled to do these things except.
So is he entitled to receive notice?
Yes, he is. Then it's not C.
Then it's not. I'm trying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't want to win by you.
No. What's D? What's D then?
Being counted in the quorum of the committee.
It's D.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not counted in the quorum of the committee.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's D.
And you are correct, Mr. Saget.
Yeah, sorry. I almost misread that, but yeah.
And I didn't want to win by cheating.
See, the problem is the LPCO bylaws are almost the opposite of what Robert says. Yeah. Partially, anyway. I went through this whole discussion with one of our local guys about that.
There's an exception to this, I think, though, that we might want to look up, that you and I were looking up when we were working.
Come to think of it. The book could be helpful.
Yeah, isn't there something about you do get counted in the quorum, though, if you're a member?
What's the reference, just for quick?
If you're a member by virtue of something else?
Yeah, what's the reference for a shortcut?
Oh, it is section 56.
Okay, I've already got
page.
Yeah, keep going. Okay,
multiple pages.
579 is closest to where I'm at.
So section 56. I'm having a real hard time with this book because it's super heavy and I can't bear
only
any
go
weight.
one hand at a time, yeah.
Can't bear weight on this arm.
579, 2024. That's competent and administration of bylaws.
I don't think that's it. I think you want to go to. Oh no, that's 56. What's section 56? That's weird. What's 497?
497 is committees.
I think that is more what we're looking for, which is section 50.
Yes,
Why
it
isn't
is.
section 50 listed here?
It is section 50. 497 is right above proper composition of committees, like 2 paragraphs above.
I have conduct of. Oh, right here. Okay.
So 2 paragraphs above that. So.
Okay, and I'll read it.
Okay.
The rules affecting ex officio members of committees, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, are the same as those applying to ex officio members of boards. When the bylaws provide that the bylaws shall be ex officio a member of all committees.
The president.
Or of all.
You said with the bylaws provide the bylaws shall be ex officio.
When the bylaws provide.
I like to see that.
That the president shall be ex officio a member of all committees, or of all committees with the stated exception of those from which the president is best excluded. The president is an ex officio member who has the right, but not the obligation, to participate in the proceedings of the committee, and he is not counted in determining the number required for a quorum or whether a quorum is present at a meeting.
Right.
Okay.
And 579 just simply says that
It's the ones he's
without the
supposed to
provision, he has no vote in the committees, nor can he attend the committee except as invited. Well, so let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's easy enough.
Alrighty. So, yeah, put that there.
Okay. Now you're going to need to take yours and then slip in there. And we're trying to do, this is the divider now, the dividing time for when I'm going to divide this up.
Okay.
So we're on the second now.
Well,
Well, we did a little interlude.
don't tell Wayne.
Oh, yeah. We had an interlude.
Don't tell Lydia either.
Yeah. We had an interlude.
Yes.
But I'm older than 14.
Chicka wow wow.
Bitches.
Those two go well together, actually.
We don't have Doc Sexy here, though. That's Doc Sexy's little thing here. Hold on. What's this one again?
No, you look like an idiot.
Yeah, you
No.
do.
So says the one who can't keep her balance on ice.
I cannot. It turned out we went and revisited the area and there was a little slope. So that's what did it. The minute my foot,
Excuses.
it was like a ski slope. Where's my opium tea?
You don't need opium tea for this next question.
I need opium tea.
If you
for
don't,
life.
if you don't get this one right,
You're gonna strip me of my RP.
yes.
No, God, he wants to strip me. You heard it. You heard it here first.
Because this one is so easy that I may not even need to read the choices. Okay.
Okay, yeah, but whenever you say that, I fuck up.
No, not this one.
Okay, I've drank a little bit.
Not
though.
this one. This one, JJ snores it. Okay.
Okay.
I want to see you. I can't walk in heels, Shannon.
I was in heels when I fell too. By the way,
Shannon, I can't walk in heels.
I was in about 3-inch heels when I fell.
Yeah. No, it's medically impossible for me to do so because of bad ankles. Anyway, ready?
What size foot do you have?
Men's 10.
Oh God, that'd be a woman's like mega.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I don't have shoes that size. We were gonna test it out, but I don't have big feet like you do. I've got big feet for a woman. Though,
I do
actually.
have big feet, so yes.
I do. I'm a woman's 8.5, which is big. A woman's average, I think, is 7. My mom had 10.
You're not far from Lid. She wears an 8.5, 9.
Yeah, 8. I'm a perfect 8.5. My mom was a 10 though. She had some hooves, man.
Anyway, okay, this is an easy question. This is very easy. As I said, JJ snores this one.
JJ snores everything.
No, this one he does.
Does JJ snore?
I don't know.
How do you know? You want to tell me something, Mike?
His landlord told me. Anyway, suspension of the rules of order requires.
2/3 vote.
Thank you. I told you. I don't even need to read the choices.
You all should know that we're not going to any reference in that.
Not needed. But for the sake of humor, I'll read the options that were there.
But no,
Even
actually,
though-
I want to explain why that is because I've been doing Robert's.
I told you would get it right.
Yeah, I've been doing some Robert's training sessions with Mises Caucus people. But by the way, anyone out there, I'm willing to do it with anybody. I'm caucus agnostic because I think we all benefit. I don't care if it's a socialist. If we all benefit by everyone knowing the rules.
Right.
So I'll do training sessions with anybody, whether I agree with them or not. It just happens to be that the Mises Caucus asked me.
This one was just happened to be the world's biggest parliamentarian softball.
Yes,
Slushball.
that really was. But a lot of people get confused. Oh my God, I get so scared. Does my motion require a majority? Does it require 2/3? And this is the hint that I told them.
Watch your elbow.
You have to remember that one of the fundamental principles is that the rights of what Roberts calls a significant minority are protected. And what Roberts considers a significant minority is any number greater than 1/3. So if what you're proposing to do impacts rights that people had that they will not have if your motion passes, it will require a 2/3 so that the rights of at least 1/3 are protected.
Right.
So if you're looking to change the agenda, people have a right to rely on the agenda, after it's adopted. So that really helped people because now they go, oh, and almost everyone gets right now. There's some exceptions where it's not that common sense, but 95%
But those
of
are
the
in the
chances,
weeds. Yeah.
yeah, if you say, is this impacting somebody's rights that they had before my motion, then it will require a 2/3. So hopefully that helped you guys. Did you? Yeah, because
Yes,
I
did.
can't.
That's why I said
write.
watch your elbow.
I can't write, so I'm gonna have to ask.
Well, just for the sake of completion and humor, the choices were A, a 2/3 vote, duh. B, a majority vote. C, one member's demand, or D, the chair's decision. Like I said, I didn't bother what 2/3 what.
Yeah, but I can think of what some chairs would like.
Well, yeah, but we didn't ask her.
And there's multiple hers I'm thinking of right there. Think just a couple years ago.
Valerie Sarwark's a chair?
No, I'm speaking more locally.
Oh, that's true.
Speaking a little closer to home. So.
The Michelin tire chair, yeah. Anyway,
don't. That's mean. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. I would smack you, but it would hurt my arm.
Use the other arm.
Okay.
Yeah, you have two, remember?
All right, the third.
Note that was not initiation of force. I gave consent.
He gave consent. And there's nothing. Listen, one thing paintball told me, I fucking love consensual violence. When are we going to go paintballing again?
I don't know. That's I look at it this way. If you like consensual violence, I'm not going to just touch that one with a 10-foot pole or anything else, because that's too much of a wide open lane to drive a Mack truck through that one.
I was going to say a 10-foot crop.
Talk to Lydia. Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, no, I want to paintball again so bad because I've got a lot more aggression I need to get out.
All right, let's get to the next question.
All right.
I'm looking at it. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, the third.
I'm staring over here. Yeah, okay.
The third.
The Tweed.
The
Tweed.
Let's see. All righty. This seems to be pretty easy questions we're starting out with. Special meetings.
Famous last words.
I didn't read the answers, so the answers could be screwed up.
Like, lose your other arm. Unlike...
Yeah, the paintball was fun. Okay. I didn't read the answers yet, but this seems like it would be easy, but I haven't read the answers, so maybe it's not.
See, Shan, I'm an equal opportunity self-deprecator here.
Okay, special meetings. A.
Yes.
May be called by the president whenever an emergency arises.
Not
B.
really.
May be called for non-disciplinary matters only if the bylaws provide for special meetings.
Possibly.
C. Provide for transaction of any business.
No.
D. Provide for transaction of business continued from the previous meeting.
No. Give me A one more time.
May be called by the president whenever an emergency arises.
Only if the bylaws allow for it. I'm going to go with B.
It is B.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. Your bylaws have to provide for special meetings. Otherwise, you can't have them.
Right.
And a lot of people do not know that. That's, to me, this is not another thing. I mean, we can go to the reference if you want, but this is really basic, I think.
It is.
Let's just see if it's a long reference.
Well, that's what she said.
I know. Oh, no, it's short.
That's what she said, too.
So let me know. We're in section number 9.
Which is like...
meetings, I would think.
That is correct. Page what? 80,
Types of business meetings.
92.
And there should probably be a section called special meetings.
92, 9 to 13. Yep, under special meeting, it is in the bottom of the... Oh, no, excuse me, the second paragraph of that section.
Right here. Okay, I'll read that.
Yeah.
Special meetings can be properly called only, A, as authorized in the bylaws, or B, when authorized by the assembly itself as part of formal disciplinary procedures. And this said, except for disciplinary. So the only thing that applies here is as authorized in the bylaws. So if you're writing bylaws, you're going to want the authority to have special meetings. Even if you don't think you're ever going to need them, you're going to need them.
But as a word of caution, it is a good idea that it be called that they would be called by more than one person.
And a good notice requirement.
Absolutely.
Though Robert says reasonable notice, and it later talks about a couple days. So, I mean, there is an implied... Whoa.
Book just almost took a slide off the table here.
Oh, God.
Sorry
I'm
about
probably
that.
going to have to make a Kratom one at some point.
Okay. Here's that back again.
Wayne! I need my Kratom, Wayne!
There, use your left hand. Thank you.
Okay.
I already pulled it, so.
You should call him and tell him I need my Kratom. That's okay. That's okay.
We'll do it at the next break.
Yeah.
Okay. The fourth. Clunk. I'm gonna throw this thing somewhere at this rate.
Don't throw it on my elbow, because then I will.
I'm like the Swedish chef here. Here the border.
If you guys might see a murder on screen.
A one-armed, she's a one-armed pink-haired murderer. And actually, it would be self-defense because we'd be caught on camera.
I don't got a weapon though. I'm looking for a knife.
You don't need a knife. You have cords, you can just strangle me.
But I thought I had that knife in here from my commie video, but I've got this. It's a blunt weapon.
Was that a gavel in your drawer? You just
that's
drawers, or are you just happy to see
definitely
me?
a gavel in my drawers. And yes, I do have. Isn't this cute? Yeah, admit this is super cute.
It's an acrylic one, yeah. What's it? Yeah.
It's historic. It had some.
It is. It says on the end here. It's hard to read because of the lettering.
A royal something. Mona
Wren, Royal Matron, Indianapolis Court, number 1. 1954.
Yeah, so this is pretty old.
And some funky looking logo on it. Yes.
I'm a royal matron. I don't like that word matron.
Here, let's check your reflexes. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, in there's my what do you call it? The sounder.
The sand dollar base.
Yes. I need my sand dollar base. I need it. Mike
You need the sand dollars so that you can give it to John Phillips to pay the parking meter at the beach.
He might cry. I think it's in the other drawer. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
So I bought this. This, of course, is a coaster, but I'm using it. And look how it yellowed, though.
Yeah, old acrylic.
But this is old acrylic, too, but it must be better quality.
Probably.
But I love sand dollars. I like starfish, too. I was looking for a starfish one, but couldn't find it. But
I saw a hilarious starfish joke over Christmas.
I love starfish.
There was two starfish sitting in an aquarium, and they're looking over at the Christmas tree, and they see the star up on top. The one looks at the other and goes, "That's gotta hurt."
Oh. Okay. That's a good one.
I thought we were laughing hysterically at that one. Anyway.
All right.
Okay.
Order in the cult.
Ham on rye.
Order in the cult.
Order in the cult. Oh, okay. Sorry. No Three Stooges here. Anyway, this is about tellers, January 4th.
Oh, I might not know that.
If tellers are uncertain how to credit a vote, the decision is made by the, A.
It's made by the colon.
Yeah.
My colon says yes.
Digest it well. A. Chairman of the tellers. B. Parliamentarian. C. President. Or D. The Assembly.
The Assembly.
That is correct.
I guessed, but that's, to me, when a decision needs to be made on something like that, it would be the Assembly.
Yes.
It definitely would not be the Parliamentarian.
No. And
what were the other options?
Chairman of the tellers.
Well, a decision wouldn't be made by that. So.
A recommendation could be made.
Yeah, the president maybe, and then it could be appealed. So that's where I was a little uncertain.
But the Assembly would have the final say on that one.
Yeah. So I was kind of uncertain whether it be the president or whether the Assembly, because the president could always be appealed. It seemed more efficient to make it by the president because the Assembly requires a whole vote. Whereas,
well, yet in Orlando, when there was a question about a tally, they asked me, and I was head of the tellers, so... And I said, it looks like that.
Yeah, but that wasn't because, that was more, it wasn't that everybody was uncertain. It was we had some green tellers. I think this means when the tellers as a whole can't agree, like we're like, we don't know what to do here. Mm-hmm. Because, Mike, you'll remember this, in my secretary vote, 3 small children in a trench coat actually was a write-in candidate. Remember? It got 2 votes, didn't it?
I think it did, but...
From Michigan.
Which means it was Jim Weeks and somebody else.
Yeah, Jim Weeks and Jeff Wood.
Yeah. And for those who don't get...
do we want to read the...
Oh, we could.
I think we should, because I was uncertain.
I wonder how many times that 3 guys in the trench coat thing has been referenced throughout pop culture. I know it showed up in Leisure Suit Larry, too.
Yeah. This was 3 small children, though, in a trench coat.
Yeah, they were stacked on top of each other.
But that was a candidate in the secretary race. We can't do it today. We probably won't have time. But we need to talk about the way the Convention Oversight Committee is trying to ram porcupine down our throats.
Yeah. Without butter.
This is bad. Mm-hmm. But it needs a whole episode, so who knows when we can do that.
Okay. Section 45, voting procedures. Page 409.
And you're going to read it, but tell me where we are.
Right above regular methods of voting on motions.
Oh, where's that at?
On 409 in here.
Yeah, but...
Section 45.
I'm in section 45, voting procedure.
Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3... About 4 pages past the beginning of the section.
What's it called again?
It's right above regular methods of voting on motions.
I think things have changed because
the paragraph is Assembly's prerogative in judging voting procedures.
Oh, I got it right here.
Right there.
So, right there. Okay,
yes.
So and for reference, this is 4510 and the 12.
Right. Yeah, Shannon. There was some great and not so great games for the Leisure Suit Larry.
You marked me.
I
Okay,
did.
We're even.
I did mark you up.
Even
Yes.
Steven.
Assembly's prerogative in judging voting procedures. The Assembly itself is the judge of all questions arising that are incidental to the voting or the counting of the votes. Sorry, Stalin, no play here. In an election by ballot, for example, the tellers should refer to the Assembly for decision all questions on which there is any uncertainty.
Okay, that was that.
Yeah, simple and straightforward.
Oh, you forgot to tell me to do my whoring for the show.
Karen,
Yeah, what?
do your whoring for the show.
Yeah. So before, it's become a tradition now.
Yes, David, it is.
Before every show, we get together and we have pizza, and then we drink.
Yes.
So we do need beer and pizza money. So please.
And we're still raising money for the stripper pole.
Yes, we are, but we still need pizza and beer money. So super chats for our dedication to teaching you all Robert's rules is greatly appreciated because we are completely depleted of beer and pizza money.
Yes. Yes, David, it is the same as Leisure Suit Larry and the Lands of the Lounge Lizards. That was Leisure Suit Larry 1. They did 2, 3, 5. There was no 4. The CDs ran away. There was no 6. Then there was 7. And then it went downhill from there because Larry retired and his nephew took over.
Oh, it's me now to read to you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. You needed to because I'm really
I was just commenting on the comment.
Yeah.
So.
And just FYI, so all things that happen during everything that happens in the cult stays in the cult. No, it's like Vegas. This has nothing to do with my campaign. So super chats for the cult stay to cult funds,
yes.
which is beer and pizza right now.
Pizza and beer money.
So just so you know.
Yes.
And Wayne's making.
And yes, we have our gambling for the.
And gambling, so you can help in our degeneracy. But just wanted to let you know, in case you were curious, any cult super chats, even though they come through the Pink Flame of Liberty channel, because that's the only one that's qualified to have super chats, it goes towards our expenses.
Oh, Dave, it's before Apple IIc, man. We're talking 286 era.
Yeah. And Wayne is making homemade chicken noodle soup tonight.
Cool.
With shredded chicken.
Okay.
Because shredded chicken tastes better than chunk chicken, I think.
It depends on how you cook it.
I love shredded. So you want to know what I did during the break when he was out there sawing stuff? So I opened the garage door. I go, as much as we like that sound effect in our stream, I really would appreciate it if you didn't saw it right now. Because the garage is like right there. All right. Are you ready, Mr. Seebeck? No, this is a Sunday. So this is a gimme. So it's me. Wait. That was the fifth. So yeah.
And back over.
So now I might be able to get ahead of you.
Oh,
That's what she said.
Get ahead of? No, let's get ahead in you. Anyway. Oh, okay, here we go. Hand this back.
Okay. Now maybe I'll catch. Well, we're even, but now maybe I'll beat your ass.
Maybe you will move. Maybe you will move forward.
Maybe I will.
Okay. Or maybe not. This one is deceptive.
Oh, so, like the LNC.
No, this is.
It's actually not as deceptive.
No, not as corrupt.
Well.
Okay. Subsidiary, privileged, and
Oh God! Shut up.
I told you.
Fuck you.
Not on the air. Anyway,
yeah. No. Okay.
Subsidiary, privileged, and incidental motions are. A. Ranking motions.
I know it's not that.
B. Privileged motions.
No.
C. Secondary motions.
Yes.
Or D. Pending motions.
C.
You are correct.
Yes, I know this from the test. That question was on the test. Well, or at least on the practice questions for the test. I can't remember if it was actually on the test, but it was definitely in the practice questions. We've had this question before. This question will probably come up again this year. The first time I answered this question, I said ranking motions. Don't you remember? I got so upset because there is a rank to them.
Right.
But they're ranked.
I think we called it. I think we might have labeled that one shitty the first time.
And I still, but I now know the answer. But let's look at this.
Yeah.
So because you had the question, you read it. Like just tell me what
this is way up front in section 5.
Section 5. But I probably would have gotten this wrong again if I didn't study for that test.
The hell is section 5? Section 5. Descriptions of beginning of chapter 3. Oh,
you want to hear a stupid mistake the LNC made?
Again?
Oh, but no, you're gonna laugh.
Still?
You're gonna laugh.
Okay.
And it was Richard because he thinks he's smart.
Oh boy.
Okay. There was a pending motion to approve the budget.
Okay.
Then they were making motions to amend the budget.
Okay.
Okay, as they do.
Okay.
So there was a motion to amend the budget.
Okay.
So you got your first level of
Right.
amendment.
With you so far.
Then Joshua Smith made a motion to table, which was the wrong motion. It should have been a motion to postpone, definitely. But forget about that. It doesn't really matter for
Right.
our point. They made a motion to table, but it was really a motion to postpone, definitely. There's so many errors here, it's hard to count.
Postpone to a different time.
Till later.
Okay. Yeah.
Then Stephen Nikela made a motion to amend Joshua's motion.
Okay.
And the chair ruled it out of order, saying it was a third level of amendment.
That is not a third level of amendment.
Right, because it's a separate motion.
Right.
Right. The motion to table or postpone
Is not an amendment in the first place.
Is that right? But they called it a secondary amendment, and they all were acting all smart. No, Mr. Chair, and Richard gets all up in his feels like. At first, Whitney ruled it in order, and before she could even finish her sentence, he's like, I appeal the ruling of the chair, just being a dick.
Mm-hmm.
But then she heard him and goes, oh, you're right. And I'm thinking to myself, and because I'm a member of NAP, I'm a parliamentarian fake news secretary, agreed.
No.
But he did,
I'm not a member, and I know that's wrong.
but he did actually have he did one thing really well that I'll give him credit for. That most people would get wrong. So while I'm making fun of him here, I will give him credit. Where Richard had a motion to strike certain paragraphs from a resolution, then he amended his own amendment to strike some of his strikes, which basically has the effect of adding it back in.
Right.
And that confuses a lot of people.
Sure.
And John got that right. Wilford got that right. So I'll give him credit there. But saying it was a third level.
No.
Okay. Now.
The response to that is, what is that amending?
Right. I'm telling you, but let's get into it even further. Even though it really wasn't a motion to table, they accepted it as a motion to table. Mm-hmm. And if it was a motion to table, then Nikela's amendment would have been out of order because you can't amend a motion to table. It's not debatable or whatever.
Right.
But they didn't even get to that.
Yeah.
There was so many levels of fuck up.
But
they all think they know what they're doing.
They don't.
But I thought you'd find that amusing.
Okay. Now, this actually references on page 59, an actual short table of what the motions are.
Oh, so what? So it's
section 5.
Section 5, which
Way
is
back.
classification of motions.
Right.
Oh, and it's in the very beginning.
Yeah, right at the top of the page there.
Okay, so
that part going into the top of the next page. Yes.
Well, you read because it's your thing to read.
Yeah, it says, main motions. A, original main, B, incidental. 2, subsidiary, 3, privilege. 4, incidental, all listed as secondary motions. 5, motions that bring a question again before the assembly.
Right. So they're all secondary. Within that, there are some of them that have ranks in certain circumstances, but they're not called ranking motions.
Yeah. This is a classification table.
Yeah.
Is what they say at the previous paragraph.
So
not a ranking. Yes, I did.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't do it myself.
I know.
All right.
Don't worry.
God, I
got it covered.
I need some Kratom.
Do we need to pause right now and get the Kratom?
No. We'll probably pause maybe for a little break when we catch up. I don't know. I'm just bitching. I really just want to get Wayne's attention to get me some Kratom.
Well, I can not call him real fast.
Well, let's... fuck. It's me asking you now, right?
Yes.
Because I'm odd now. And this is the 7th. Okay. We're almost caught up to today. Yeah, maybe I will have you ask him to come down here, and then I'll have to explain to him where my Kratom is, and then I'll have to... I have the best husband in the world. He's so tolerant of my bullshit. It's not even funny. Okay, here we go.
Well, what can we say? You got it right the second time.
No, it's actually the 3rd time.
Okay.
Yeah. I told you before. The dirty little secret about the second one that I don't consider valid because there wasn't a meeting of the something.
Tab A and slot B, huh?
Yeah, so in church lingo, it was invalid. It was a null. But in law, believe it or not, that's not grounds anymore.
No, it's not.
So, but as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't real because
it wasn't consummated.
There was a failure to
consummate.
A failure to launch that I didn't know that there was difficulties in that area. Because
that's why.
I was very fundamentalist Christian at the time and didn't believe in any kind of contact before marriage. Mm-hmm. So, surprise, surprise, surprise. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm odd now, JJ, for reasons we explained at the beginning. So yes, technically, legally, I was married 3 times. To me, in the eyes of God and the church, this is my second marriage.
So in that case, 3rd time's a charm.
Yeah, 3rd time's the charm.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have no idea who that other person is, but not gonna worry about it.
No, it was very short-lived,
I mean
obviously.
that.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Very short-lived.
And
he also
had has that got a double connotation to
and he
it.
also had 10 cats.
Okay.
I'm not even going to go there. There's a lot of I was on the
So in other words, he had a lot of bleep, but not where it counted.
and listen, nice guy.
Yeah.
Okay, was very good to me in other ways. I was on the rebound. I had no business being in a relationship, so I credit that whole failure entirely on me.
Well,
you know, not on him at all. Like, he was a nice guy. He really was very, very good to me in a lot of ways.
well, that's good.
Okay.
I have been fortunate enough to be married to my first and only wife for almost 25 years. So.
Okay, so you are rare unicorn in that. And my first marriage lasted 20 years because I was long suffering. Emphasis on suffering. It was a very abusive relationship.
Not to be confused with long strength, which is a synonym.
Which is about suffering as
it's
well.
a synonym.
Yeah, but you repeat yourself.
Yes.
No, yeah, I should have left in the beginning. Okay, this one,
Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. Okay, are you ready, Mr. Seebeck?
No, but okay.
It's the 7th. The bylaws article on meetings should not include.
Okay,
Not.
not.
A, when elections take place. B, designation of regular, annual, and special meetings and quorum requirements. C, the hour at which the meetings are to be held. D, the day on which regular meetings are held.
We'll definitely need to include B. There's no doubt about that. But this is a not case.
Right.
So give me A again.
When elections take place.
If you classify a convention or the meeting at which the type of meeting at which elections take place, the answer for that would be yes. So let's just it's not that one. So it's C.
The hour at which meetings are to be held.
You could do it, but it's better as a rule. D.
The day on which regular meetings are held.
Ditto. Ooh. This is what not should be included.
Right.
It's either C or D. I'm gonna go with C.
It is C.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you should never say the hour because that can right.
David, thank you, but we're not 25 years till September, so
Close enough.
close enough.
All
But
right,
thank you.
So this is section 56, which probably is bylaws,
Yeah,
right?
that's definitely bylaws.
And
575.
yeah, 575. So you have to tell
Okay.
me where that's at.
Holy cow! This is like a ton of different stuff without anything resembling a section title. Article. Okay, if it goes through this section and it goes by articles.
Yes.
It says under Article 5 meetings, I believe.
Okay.
What's the line numbers? 20.
27 through 29.
Yeah.
Article 5 meetings.
Yeah, it's the last sentence in that paragraph.
Of the first paragraph?
Of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says the hour
That
and
one.
place at which meetings are to be held should not be specified in the bylaws, but should be established by a standing rule
Yeah.
adopted by the society, or if it's empowered to do so by the executive board.
Yeah.
Because those are the sorts of things that change often.
Yeah.
The day,
Yes, Richard. We just said that. Hi.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Hello, Richard. How are you doing? Okay. Yeah, could you beep Wayne?
Okay.
Because
We pause for this important commercial message by our sponsor, Acme Kratom.
And did Ken get back with you?
I left him a message and an email, so Facebook message and an email. So
Okay.
hopefully he will have gotten it, but I haven't looked at the email, so hang on a second. Contacts.
Yeah, we're taking a little break right now.
Ba-doop-ba-doop.
We're tied, right?
I marked it, yes.
We're tied. It's like when I called Joshua live on air before. The first thing I said is, "You're live. Don't say anything dumb."
Hey, Mike.
Yo!
You're live. Don't say anything dumb.
What do you want?
I need some kratom.
Okay. And where do I find that?
Okay, if you go to my desk, to the right of the monitor, there is a little container that is bedazzled with a bunch of fake jewels.
All right, hang on, I'm going up.
Okay.
I'm going up. Hold on.
That's what she said.
No, going down.
We got to go up before you go down.
Ow, it hurts.
What goes up must go down.
My elbow is killing me.
I didn't realize that Kratom was helping.
It's helping. It must be. It's helping a little. It's not taking it all away. I was actually yelling at you to make some of that opium tea.
I'd have to call Andy and find out how to do it again. I don't remember how, but I bet he'd be willing to tell me.
Yeah, because like even though that tasted like shit, like I'm in a lot of pain.
Well, that might be his plan me tonight. All right, I'm at your desk. What am I looking for?
Okay, a bejeweled little container that's on the desk. It has a marble on top of it, glued to the top of it because I'm gaudy.
Well, at least you didn't lose your marble.
You see it?
I see it. I see. Oh, now I see it.
It's round, yeah. Can you just bring that down?
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
Thank
Call
you.
again.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, did Ken right back?
Hang on, let me look.
I was in a bedazzling phase for a while.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He
what'd he say?
says, dope, okay, no problem. Thanks for the heads up. I've been heads down LP stuff today, so didn't know it was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Richard comes down, we'll tell him hi.
So.
Yeah, I didn't want him to think I was ignoring his call because I was like
Yeah.
mad or something. Like, even if he voted shitty, I'm not going to be mad.
We covered it. We got you covered. So.
I don't get mad at people for one bad vote.
And Richard Brown says, so Wayne, hi for me. Okay.
Ken votes a lot of times on ways we don't necessarily
One of the beautiful
agree
things,
with.
folks, about this Samsung...
Richard Brown said hi.
Say hi to Richard Brown for me.
Yeah.
I think
So-
he heard you.
Yeah. So did I described this quite accurately, haven't I?
Yeah,
It's
with a marble on
bedazzled
top.
with a marble glued on top. I was in remember my
What are
bedazzling
you
phase?
drinking here?
Smirnoff.
I got you
A
a
variety
sampler
pack.
that you.
Yeah,
so you
try it.
can
It's
all-
good. Remember my bedazzling phase? When I almost bedazzled my entire desk? Are you making soup tonight?
I'm making it right now.
Oh, really? When will it be ready?
It'll be ready not a minute before it's ready.
I know, but I'm just curious because maybe Mike wants to stay.
Yeah, I'd say half an hour.
Oh, okay, because
We'll be
we'll still
fine.
be going. Okay, good, because it's delicious. It's delicious.
One of the things about this Samsung Fold, I'm using it to monitor the YouTube feed, even though it's
Yeah,
paused.
so the porn spammers you can get. It's,
Right,
It's
so-
really good.
This Fold's a great phone. I mean, in this case, it allows me to do that, and I can see the comments down there. But
That's actually kind of cool.
it is kind of cool. But I also can go full size and do all sorts of crazy things, like it shows up like this.
But it's not an Apple.
It's great. Well, no, it's a superior product.
No.
But it
Fuck
also
you.
does Apple have one of these? No. So it also allows you to much better viewing for videos, games, and things like that.
I like what you can do when you're doing the comments thing. That is very helpful.
Yeah, and actually, when it's in this position, if I try to type something, it gives me a little mini keyboard down here.
Oh, but I wanted to show everyone because I know a lot of people are curious about Kratom. It is perfectly legal here, so I shouldn't get in trouble. So it comes in a powder, and I'm having trouble. I put it into capsules because it tastes like absolute shit. So any of you guys who have ever tried Kratom, and you put it like in a tea or whatever, and like I can't handle this because it tastes like shit, just capsule it.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy. You can buy a capsule machine for like $20 on Amazon. You can buy the
them in-
capsules.
you can buy them in natural grocers or Whole
Yeah,
Foods.
and you can use it for a lot of other things too.
Yeah.
So
we have one at home. We use them for turmeric.
Yep, and since psilocybin is legal in Denver, I've used it for that as well.
Yes,
What?
yes, my dear wife, my brain is even more X-rated than
Yeah.
usual. So what's your point?
Yeah. If anyone ever has questions on Kratom, I've become a huge advocate for it. Contact me privately. I'll tell you what I know. Like if you're interested, if it can help you with pain, that's what I normally use it for. I have spinal stenosis, and that's how I control my
Ouch.
back pain.
That freaking sucks.
Yeah, because you can't get pain medications anymore due to the benevolent state. And if it wasn't for Kratom, I would have no quality of life.
That just sucks.
So I am a huge, huge Kratom advocate. All right.
I don't have spinal stenosis, but my wife's aunt does, and
It's bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
And
So-
who? What number did I read to you? Or
No, yeah, this was in
odd.
seventh.
That's me. So now it's you to me.
Yeah, because you read. Yeah, I was the one getting the bylaws right there. What the heck just happened here? Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Richard Brown
We got
said.
flipped.
I mean, JJ said hi to Richard Brown. Rich and says hello. I'm now on the other site, and I thought he said the other side, and I was like, "Are you dead?"
Baby, 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 let's investigate the other side of life tonight.
And JJ, you never got back with me on whether we're getting together in Pennsylvania. Like, you asked me when I'll be there, and then you kind of ghosted me after that.
He was feeding his cat.
He totally ghosted me. I know that might be like a negging, but okay.
Oh well. Okay. The 8th.
The 8th.
Voting methods.
Okay.
Which of the following voting methods may be used only when expressly stated in the bylaws or if permitted by applicable laws?
Proxy?
No, Lyd, they were talking about
No.
you and me.
Yeah. My first marriage went 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to guess the answer is proxy.
Okay, well, here's the choices. A, proxy. Hold on. Let me get the rest of the
Because
answers.
there might be other better ones.
B, roll call.
No.
C, ballot.
No.
D, 2/3 of those present and voting.
Now that... No, it's A.
It is proxy.
Yeah, proxy. Proxies, and I don't think we need to... Well, maybe we need to read. Are you going to go to it?
Yeah, I'll go to it.
Because Roberts really discourages proxy.
For
Oh, JJ has stenosis too.
ouch.
It's terrible. And I found out I had it. It like came on very suddenly. I've had it now 20-something years. I woke up one morning with a completely numb left leg, and it's never gotten completely better. I got regained feeling in the front, but all down the back, that main nerve that goes down the back of your leg. Down.
No,
through
I have that same numbness on the outside quad of this leg, but it's not stenosis. I have a pinched nerve in the hip,
Yeah, no, this is stenosis
right alongside a couple of torn
in the
labrums.
bottom of my left foot.
My numbness goes to my head.
Yeah, it
Well,
does.
that's your vodka, dude.
That is that's a pinched something else. I don't know what.
Liver.
A pinched liver? Oh God.
No, in my case, I get that nerve pinch here because of the hips, and I also have a pair of torn labrums.
Labrums.
Yeah, that's part of the
I don't
part.
wanna-
It's
listen,
part.
dude,
It's part of the hip
Dude,
socket. It's
you
just
and your labrums are you and Lydia's business.
no. It's just part of the hip socket.
Mike,
Seriously.
Mike, shh, you can't discuss your labrums.
Yes, I have labrum pains. All right.
No, so the bottom of my left foot is numb. So when I first happened, I had to learn to walk again without a limp, because when you can't feel the bottom of your foot,
I know.
it's weird.
I have no feeling up my toes. I mean, when I broke years ago. I know what you mean.
Do your toenails fall off when you run?
No. My nails don't fall off ever.
There was this chick I used to work with. She just told me that out of the blue, and it was the weirdest thing I ever heard.
I had a greyhound with that problem, but we've discovered it was actually a form of lupus she had.
Well, this chick, she was a nudist for one thing, which was weird to me to begin with. In Florida, there's a lot of nudists. But
Well,
then
there's a lot of reason to be nude down
Yeah.
there. The weather's spectacular.
and then she said she liked to run in the nude.
So
And then she said, but my toenails fall off. And I was like, excuse me? What? And I was a brand new paralegal. This had to be in 1990. I've never forgotten. This is 21 years later. And I'm still remembering this chick whose toenails fell off. She was a law clerk. The weirdest thing I'd ever heard. So I'm always curious. If anyone out there, do your toenails fall off when you run?
we had a greyhound years ago that had that problem, and the whole nail would pop right off down to the quick. And we couldn't figure out what the hell was going on until finally one of them popped off. I took it to the vet, and I said, hey, what the hell's going on
The
here?
toenail or the dog?
The toenail. And because it would just grow back normally and never had the problem in it, they did a lab work, and they said, she's got a form of lupus which is caused. And I said, going, okay, how did that happen? We have no idea.
Weird.
But once one fell off, it grew back normal, and I never had that problem again. I missed that dog. She was a wonderful dog. Not just because of her toenail. She was a great dog.
It's wonderful to have a dog whose toenails fall off. It saves on clothes.
No, she did a Dino to my Fred more than once. So
She did a what?
a Dino to my Fred.
A Dino under your Fred?
To my Fred.
Oh.
You sure watch the Flintstones?
Yes, but I
Yeah.
was like, what's
Yeah.
I was just like, what does under your Fred
No, to my
mean?
Fred. Okay, proxy voting, section 45, page 428, section called proxy voting.
Okay.
A proxy is a power of attorney given by one person to another to vote in his stead. The term also designates the person who holds the power of attorney. Proxy voting is not permitted in ordinary deliberative assemblies unless the laws of the state in which the society is incorporated require it, or the charter or bylaws of the organization provide for it.
Okay, yep, that's it.
That's
So
straightforward.
Roberts discourages it because it's not the person itself who has the rights. Like, they just don't like it. We allow it in Colorado under our bylaws.
Yes.
We don't call them proxies, so we call them what?
Delegated, yeah.
Delegated or something. Delegate representative or something. I don't know.
We tried to call them proxy once. I think we changed the terminology.
I don't know. It's always been called delegate something.
Yeah, delegation of vote or something like that.
In my
Substitute
since I've
or
been
something
here,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah. It's effectively a proxy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a proxy, but they
All
just.
right, now your turn to ask the question.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remove this without anyone seeing anything that's going on. I saw you trying to cheat. So JJ says he's had it since 77.
Ugh.
So what LP event happened in 77? I'm trying to relate it to LP history. I know there was a convention in 77.
I was 4 years old. I have no idea.
But what convention was in 77?
I don't know.
So it was a year after McBride was nominated.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it was at. They had conventions every year then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, I like relating things to LP history.
I was in preschool. I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I was...
In 77, I remember the blizzard that year because I couldn't see a damn thing.
Wait, 77 was when it snowed in Florida.
77 and 78 were the two crazy years of the blizzards.
Yeah, it snowed in Florida.
Mhm.
I was in 3rd grade.
I was in Indiana as a preschool kid, and I remember looking out the front door, and the screen door was in there, and all I saw was this wall of white. Then my dad came along and lifted me up to see over the snowdrift, which I didn't know was a snowdrift. And as I'm leaning lifted up, I see the world drop down and come into focus outside. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, look right there. We were right. I mean, I was right. It says in whatever, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. That's what it occurred in January 1977.
Mm-hmm.
We were freaked out. I remember the little jacket I had on. It was purple with little loops on it. I was in 3rd grade. I remember it.
Did people lose their collective minds?
Yeah, but it didn't stick for anything. But that is what it looked like, right?
We had a case when I was in California. They had snow in Malibu, of all things, and it was like I was going to work and it was snowing in Corona, which Gene knows where that's at, and it was like they're saying on the radio, "It's snowing in Malibu," and I'm going, "That Malibu?" And I look at my own windshield and it's snowing. I was like, "Well, I'll be damned."
Yeah,
It's snowing in Los Angeles.
Y'all curious? You can look it up on Wikipedia. There's an article called "Snow in Florida."
Okay, let's get to the
now,
next
North
one.
Florida gets snow.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but not.
Well, they had snow in Alabama a couple days ago.
But South Florida, that's the last time it got snowed.
Yeah.
It's snow. But it was very weird. Okay, so the 9th. Are you ready, Mr. Seabeck?
Yes.
God,
Believe it or
I
not.
don't know if this is easy or not because we have our own rules, and that always confuses us when we
Okay.
have LP rules that are different.
Let's try it.
The presentation of a minority report in an assembly.
Okay.
You know this might get weird. A, may be adopted by the assembly as the report of the committee.
Yes, keep going.
B, is usually allowed by the assembly when such permission is requested.
Not necessarily.
C, precedes the report of the committee.
Precedes?
Yes.
No.
D, requires a 2/3 vote of the assembly.
That one's crazy. I'm going to stick with A.
Okay, it's not. It's B. And I got this wrong on the practice test.
B?
This is on the practice test.
Okay, B was what again?
Is usually allowed by the assembly when such permission is requested. To me, I have a huge problem with saying what an assembly will or will not do, but that's because we're libertarians. And
Oh, wait a minute.
I got this right on the test, but it was in the practice thing. I got it wrong. Tell me where to go.
Let me read it
That
first.
isn't to hell. But it is... It says it in black and white in Roberts, and I'm like...
The Presentation of Orders Assembly is usually allowed by the Assembly when such permission is requested. That requires a vote. Does it not?
I think it says like unanimous consent in there, but let's look. But this was in the practice questions.
I think we have a serious lag going on.
Yeah, there always is.
No, I mean, it's like minutes.
Yeah, but maybe he was off doing
Well, no, I'm
something.
looking at this too, and I'm going, this seems to be delayed too. Because You were talking about something a minute ago, and then it showed me marking it, which was like a minute or two before.
Oh, well, it could be a few minutes behind.
Yeah.
That can happen.
Anyway, okay, so 527, which is section 50
What?
section 51,
Oh, okay. 51, which is...
board and committee reports.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that is 527, which is quite a bit ways back, towards the back of that section. And it says here, formal expression of minority view.
You just go ahead and roll. I don't want to try to find it.
Okay. The formal presentation of a so-called minority report, that is, the presentation of an expression of views in the name of the group or of a committee members not concurring with the committee report, is usually allowed by the Assembly when such permission is requested, as explained below. Regardless of whether a minority report is submitted, however, the report adopted by a vote of the majority in the committee should always be referred to as the committee report or the majority report.
And that's it. All it says.
Hold on. As indicated above, the formal presentation of a minority report is a privilege that the Assembly may accord, not a matter of right. Right, so we need that. And since the appointment of the committee implies the Assembly is primarily interested in the findings of the majority of the committee's members, but in debate on a written or report in the Assembly, any member of the reporting committee who does not concur has the right as any other member to Assembly to speak individually in opposition. No one can make allusion to the Assembly which has occurred during deliberations of the committee, however, unless it is by report of the committee or by unanimous consent. When the minority of a committee wishes to make a formal representation of its views, it's customary, unless the Assembly refuses permission, to receive its report immediately after the report of the committee.
So it's after.
So we know, yeah,
proceeds.
right, which is not C. We need
And it
that.
doesn't require a 2/3 vote.
To receive it?
No.
Okay.
It's a majority.
So
that's why it's not C or D. And A is wrong because it's not, even if it's adopted, it's never adopted as a report of the committee.
Right.
It can be adopted as what the Assembly decides.
I discounted A anyway.
Yeah, so that's why it's B.
Yeah. The reason why I was saying it was, well, actually, I said A, didn't I? I did.
Yeah, you did.
I got it wrong. Oh, well.
That's what I said too.
Yeah.
Because I thought they could substitute it for the report of the committee, and they can substitute it as the main motion, but they can't make it the report of the committee. The committee's report is the committee's report.
Well, now, wait a minute. Yeah, actually, they can do that.
They can't make it the report of the committee.
Sure, they can.
No, they can't tell the committee what its report is.
No, but they can move. They can move to the Assembly can move to refuse or postpone indefinitely the report of the committee, and then move to adopt the minority committee, which is effectively the same thing.
But it's not. But they're adopting.
It's just two motions, not one.
No, it's still not the same thing. It's adopted as what the Assembly wants to do, but it's still not the report of the committee. The report of the committee is what the report of the committee is. I see
what you're saying.
It can be what gets adopted by the Assembly.
Okay. I see.
That's the difference.
I see your point.
And I said, and on the practice test, I said A too.
Yeah. Okay. I see your point.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a confusing one, and that one traumatized me a little bit, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah.
I want some soup. We need to find out from Wayne when the soup. Has it been a half an hour?
Soup can be ready whenever, as long as it's been cooked, because they can sit there.
No,
and
he's cooking it.
But it can sit there and simmer until the cows come home.
But he's making he's using the grandma's noodles.
Yeah.
Delicious.
I know.
With shredded chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Very little of else. Okay. If you're a fan of thick broth, you won't like it.
Thick rock soup.
Yeah. I like thin soup. I like brothy.
I like it in the middle.
I like brothy
My grandmother's recipe used her own homemade noodles. I still have the recipe. I almost never do it. But our chicken soup is always a base of chicken, celery, onion, and carrot. And then we throw in noodles or we throw in rice, and it usually works.
I like
good.
rice too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is like the
now for
thick
us at home
noodles.
we use chicken or turkey stock as a base of water, but still same idea.
This is thick noodles are almost like dumplings.
Oh yeah,
they're delicious.
It's difficult to do a good chicken soup without the celery leaf in the bear as part of the base. It's just the flavor is there, you know. But
this should be delicious.
Yeah. There's one thing my wife knows I know how to do is make a good chicken soup. I've done it for her when she's been sick many times.
Oh.
So.
I'm like frozen right here.
I know.
I can't extend it anymore. Hold on.
I'm not touching you.
Oh, it sounds dirty. Oh, Mike. Oh. looking for?
No, I wasn't looking for that one.
Chicka wow wow.
I was going for oof.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oof. What's that one?
That's oof.
Oh yeah. But I was looking for yeah. Oh, it's a.
Bitches.
Oh. Okay.
I actually hyperextend mine a little bit sometimes.
Oof.
Anyway,
So was that me? Oh no, you didn't give me mine yet.
no.
Yeah. Okay,
I asked you.
right.
I asked you. now.
Yeah. I got confused. I'm sorry. I'm in a lot of pain.
This is the 10th.
It's the 10th, and I'm in a lot of pain.
You women don't suffer the way we men suffer. We have labor and pains.
Oh God. Okay.
Anyway,
Waiting for the kratom to kick in, but the kratom really isn't.
more quorum questions.
Oh.
Ik, ready?
No. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If it can be proven exactly
Yes.
when the quorum was no longer present,
Yes. Things happen after that are
the
void.
point of order relating to the absence of the quorum, A, is not permitted to affect prior action.
No, wrong.
B, can be given effect retrospectively by ruling of the presiding officer subject to appeal. C, automatically makes prior action null and void. Or D, has no effect on the status of a question pending when the meeting adjourns for lack of a quorum.
Oh God, that's weird. Okay. All right. You can prove exactly when quorum was lost in
Right.
the past.
Correct.
Okay. So what is A again?
Okay, A. Okay, if you know when that happened,
Yeah.
this is about a point of order relating to the absence of a quorum.
Right.
Okay, A is not permitted to affect prior action.
That's not true.
Okay, B can be given effect retrospectively by ruling of the presiding officer subject to appeal.
I think it's B.
C automatically makes prior action null and void.
But I think it requires a ruling of the chair. See, B and C are kind of weird. There's some technical difference there that I'm not getting.
Okay, D has no effect on the status of a question pending when the meeting adjourns for lack of a quorum.
What's it mean on the status of a question pending? I could be that too. I'm gonna guess B.
It is B.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and I know why it's B on here without even looking it up.
Well, I know.
It's a point of order requires a ruling of the
right.
chair. That
right.
simple.
Yeah.
Whether it's a quorum or not or whatever, it needs a ruling of the chair. Yeah.
But and the ruling can be that certain actions are void
Sure,
if it can
but
be
it's not
proven.
automatic.
Right. It's not automatic.
Right, but if the chair rules that
Right.
the stuff can be given effect retrospective, you can still appeal that because it should have been
Right.
yeah,
But
so
I don't know what D even means. Like I think D is like right. But I'm not sure
there's
what
no
it
effect
means.
on the status of a question pending, like
What
whether
it means
it's.
pending. Like what's that mean?
I think it means like if it's what its state is on the floor or whether it's in the middle of an amendment or anything like that.
Yeah, and it would because if there was no quorum, you can't do anything with a pending.
Right,
question.
it's basically frozen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So yeah, I understand. Yeah, for me it was simple. It's because it's a point of order, it needs a ruling of the chair.
Okay.
It's B.
I've drank 3 of these now, so I'm a little. I've got numbness in the liver.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget to.
I get it. 349.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, this is under quorum, which is section 40. Manner of enforcing the quorum requirement. It's like the second major paragraph in that section.
I got it.
Okay, hang on. I'm reaching across and marking your score, and you're up 2 on me now. And yes, David Davis, delegated voting does sound like some Democrats and Republicans would do in Congress. They do it. They delegate it to staffers. It is a process which is allowed under their rules, and it should be eliminated because some of the staffers for some of these Congress people are as dumb as the Congress people. AOC, I'm looking at you. I know I don't want to date you. I don't date outside my species.
She's adorable, though.
Oh, yeah, for a pony.
No, she's hottie, man. She's a hottie.
Not to me.
So it's the it says
Second paragraph.
Yep, the last something. You're gonna read it?
Yeah, as soon as I find where it is. Here it is. Okay. Because of the difficulty likely to be encountered in determining exactly how long the meeting has been without a quorum in such cases, A point of order relating to the absence of a quorum is generally not permitted to affect prior action, but upon clear and convincing proof, such a point of order can be given effect retrospectively by a ruling of the presiding officer subject to appeal. There's an asterisk here. What happens to the question as pending when a meeting adjourns because of the loss of quorum or any reason is determined by the rules given on a different page. If such a question, however, was introduced as new business and it is proven that there is already no quorum when it was introduced, its introduction was invalid and to be considered at a later meeting
It must be
brought up again as new business.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Pardon a little hiccup there.
And that is section
makes sense.
4012 and the 12th.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Hurts. Okay. Yeah. As the day goes on, it gets worse. All right,
yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
But I think I gotta pee, so I might have to take a break. Alrighty.
Is it the 11th?
It's the 11th.
Okay.
Are
11.
You
11. Okay.
Are you ready, Mr. Seaback?
I guess the best ready it'll ever be.
Ooh, you better get this one.
Yep.
If you don't get this one, I get to
Smack me with your bad elbow.
No, that's not a privilege. I get to smack you with my good elbow or with an implement of my choice. Okay.
Is that a gavel in you?
Yes, that is a gavel in my pocket. Rules contained in the bylaws
Oh gods. I hate these.
cannot be suspended.
What?
Okay, I'm looking to answer this. This might actually. Oh no, you're gonna get this. Rules contained in the bylaws cannot be suspended unless.
Okay. No, I'm not. I was gonna say, wait a second.
Yeah.
We're missing something.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
A.
Yeah.
Previous notice has been given for the motion to suspend the rules. B. The particular rule provides for its own suspension, or unless the rule properly is in the nature of a rule of order. C. The society has consistently ignored the rules. D.
Paging Joshua Smith.
A motion is adopted to waive the bylaw rule.
What was D again?
A motion is adopted to waive the bylaw rule.
No, it's B.
Right. Rules that are contained within the bylaws can be suspended if they're properly in the nature of a rule of order or provides for their own suspension.
Right.
This is just basic 101.
Yeah.
Like,
The
all
real-
that
the-
will happen if we go to the book is we're just going to
Repeat
read
it.
exactly what
Yeah.
that says.
The problem with rules listed in the bylaws, even though they're the nature of a rule, is that not everybody understands the differentiation.
Well,
I personally hate them in the bylaws, but
Okay.
that's just me.
JJ talked to us about that.
Yeah.
I actually don't agree with JJ's interpretation.
Okay.
I hope you're not listening, JJ.
He's there.
I know.
But-
I think his interpretation is way too broad, and nearly everything can then be argued. Nearly everything can then be argued to be in the nature of a rule of order. And the whole purpose of putting things in the bylaws is that people do not want them suspended.
Right.
I don't agree with the broad.
And that's why I hate the idea of putting them in the bylaws in the first place.
I do not agree with JJ on his very broad interpretation. Like, for instance, he thinks that the I forgot what it was, but it had to do with my suspension, that there was something about it that he thought was in the nature of a rule of order, and I'm like, everything's in the nature of a rule of order then.
What did I do with the fact that there was no actual listing of process in the bylaw?
I don't remember what I should. That's a bad example since I can't remember the specifics. But I remember when JJ talked with us, and he has an article.
Dang,
on
that's
it.
a good 20-second lag right there.
Yeah. And there's an article on it that he did that we read in National Parliamentarian.
Yeah.
When JJ was on the show, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No.
And-
Yeah. Actually, that was the case.
Yeah, I think.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Me personally, I find that Roberts needs to correct this and define it more.
Well, there's a
more
lot of
clearly.
things they need to define better in there.
Because really, it's not defined, and I don't think his interpretation is outlandish. I just don't agree with it because of the effect of it will be to make most bylaws suspendable.
Right, and
I don't think that's the
that is
intent.
not the intention. No, and if it is, then there's a serious fundamental problem with Roberts
Right.
and the people writing it.
Right. I don't. That section in Roberts needs a lot of work. it needs an awful lot of work.
One of the things that, in my real world job, I work in aerospace, I do technical writing, among other things. We have to be very, very particular on how we define our terms and make them as crystal clear as possible to avoid confusion. Roberts needs to do better job on that, period.
So, JJ, so are you saying the 2/3 vote is in the nature of a rule of order? I do not agree with that.
No.
I absolutely do not agree with that.
No.
And this is what I would suggest Roberts do, honestly. To me, things are not put in the bylaws without a reason. That's a fundamental principle of interpretation.
Absolutely.
Second, I believe that nothing in the bylaws should be suspendable unless the bylaw provides for its own suspension.
Correct.
I think the very fact that the delegates chose, or the board, or whatever the writing body is, because each one's different,
Right.
chose to put it in the bylaws is an indication of their intent that it not be suspendable.
Again, that's one of the fundamental principles of it,
right.
too.
So I think that whole thing about being in the nature of a rule of order needs to be stricken from Roberts, because because we've seen plenty of bylaws in which it does provide for their own suspension.
Yes.
Pennsylvania, for instance, says that you have to be a member of the party for 90 days in order to be a voting delegate, unless suspended by a 2/3 vote of the people who are already credentialed. Yeah. It's easy to provide for its own suspension. There's a few other states I've seen.
I'll give you a simple one that you're near and dear to your heart. The extra double 7/8 lock on the statement of principles.
Yeah, is that suspendable by 2/3?
No.
Yeah, no. To me, this is a hellhole. And
the thing of it also is this: is that a rule of order has to do with process, right? For the most part.
Well, it's a parliament, right? It's the type of thing that would be in Roberts.
How you do things. Right.
Well, I mean, a standing rule can be how you do things too.
But bylaws are more the nature of how you structure things versus process.
But it has process too. But it's
a little.
But it's process that it's elevating to the status of structure.
Because you need to do that.
Right. It's elevating certain processes.
Right.
I absolutely fundamentally disagree. Right. The rule of thumb is that bylaws are silent. A rule of order can be adopted to do the same thing.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
But the fact that the bylaws are silent means that the people, you have to assume, meant for it to be handled by a rule of order which they knew could be suspended. The fact that they chose to put it in the bylaws knowing that a rule of order could be created, it wasn't necessary to put it in the bylaws, requires that it can't be suspended. I just will always fundamentally disagree with that.
Okay.
And the fact that you can get 10 parliamentarians in a room and have 15 fucking opinions as to whether it's in the nature of a rule of order or not is evidence enough for me. I hope that is something that gets corrected. I'm curious though, JJ, has that always been in Roberts, or was that added at some point, the whole thing about nature of a rule of order? I have a feeling it's always been there.
Probably could have been, but I'm not sure.
We should go look in some old things, but I hate that. I absolutely hate that. And every time now when people come to me and ask me to look at their bylaws and they're like, they're depending on such and such as a right, I'm like second guessing myself going, is someone going to argue that this is in the nature of a rule of order? I'll reread the article, JJ. Maybe we need to reread it together on air.
One of the things that we've
Remind me, JJ, if you could email me if you have it, or what issue it's in so I can find it easily. I still got to find the issue you told me the retroactive bylaws article is in. I haven't found that yet, but maybe we'll reread it on the air.
One of the things that we've seen, and we see it at the national with the convention rules, and we see it with the separate rules for the judicial committee, and we're seeing it now at our state level for the judicial committee, and if we have our way, they'll be for the convention rules too, is that rather than have the rule in the bylaws, we link to the rule in the bylaws, but it's a separate piece. Therefore, it's not in the bylaws while it's considered a rule, but it's attached so that the relevance is maintained without having to go through all this. What we might want to put in
Colorado bylaws after we look through them very carefully is to put a statement: nothing in these bylaws is to be construed as a suspendable rule of order.
If there's nothing in there to put, that would be So.
He says since
1915.
1915.
Okay, JJ, there's a little lag on the comments with
Yeah.
what's going on, so
Yeah.
we're not always catching up on what you're saying, on what the comments are versus what
Yeah.
we're talking about. So, apologies for that. Not much we can do about it.
And he says, I don't know what comment now we're supposed to reread, so I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
But I do think it'd be a good idea to revisit that article, because I remember when we were going through it, I thought about it a lot afterwards, and I said, I don't agree. But let's make sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to read it again.
Yeah.
That, yeah, I'm not sure what I was supposed to reread.
Yeah. I think yes.
Oh, fuck.
You need your pit stop?
No, not yet. I probably need to take another Kratom.
Well, what I was gonna say was the next one's Sunday.
Oh, the next one's a Sunday. You know what I wish we had was a little intermission thing, so we wouldn't have to start and restop.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to know what we're doing through what?
22nd. Yeah. No, we're at the 12th right now.
That's still a little bit. Yeah. Should we take a break or no?
Why don't you hand me the 12th? It's a Sunday anyway.
And you're gonna talk?
I'll talk. You go take your Kratom.
Well, my Kratom's here. I need to go
Oh,
pee.
well then go do that.
Okay, I'm gonna go pee.
I can fill dead air gap for a few minutes
Yes.
without a bad
and
joke.
maybe JJ can. Yeah, please don't
Yeah.
get me banned. And maybe JJ can clarify what comment we were supposed to reread, because
Yeah.
I'm confused. But I'm also 3 drinks and 2 Kratom pills in. So, oh shit, my.
Okay, comment. The rule of thumb is that if the bylaws are silent, we already agreed on that one, definitely.
Yeah, but if they're not silent,
Yeah, that's the other part.
right, then it shouldn't be suspendable.
So, okay. Well, Karen Ann is busy getting herself drugged, I guess, and drained. The Sunday one, which we normally skipped, is for the 12th of January of 2020. Here is the quote. We normally just give the quote and the citation and we talk about it. It is usually best to use the word adopt, however, since it is the least likely to be misunderstood. Reference is section 51, which is not reports of officers, not committee of the whole, board and committee reports. Yes. So we're on page 508, which is a section titled under there, section 51, 508. Where are we? Here we go. 17 to 18. Equivalence of terms in correct motions. So maybe JJ. We'll bring that up when she gets back down. As applied to an assembly's action with respect to board or committee reports or any other contents, the expressions adopt, accept, and agree to are all equivalent. That is, the text adopted becomes in effect the act or statement of the assembly, and it is usually best to use the word adopt, however, since it is least likely to be misunderstood. That's the quote. So, reading further, a common error is to move that the report be received after it has been read, apparently on the supposition that such a motion is necessary in order for the report to be taken under consideration or to be recorded as having been made. In fact, this motion is meaningless since the report has already been received, because you're reading it as part of the presentation of the report as business. It's considered received. Even before a report has been read, a motion received is unnecessary if the time for its reception is established by an order of business, again what I just said, or if no member objects. See also below. Another error less common but dangerous is to move after the report has been read, even before the reading, that it be accepted when the actual intent is that the mistaken motion is to receive, as just explained, or if a legitimate motion to receive made before the report is read. If the motion to accept is made under any of those circumstances is adopted and is given proper interpretation, it implies that the assembly has endorsed the complete report. So what they're saying there is that if they move to accept the report, excuse me, it's the equivalent of saying we're going to adopt all the recommendations of the report without bothering to debate or anything else. So that's why it's important to skip the motion to receive or accept the report when it's a normal order of business and go directly to going over the report. So it's a long explanation for saying read the report. Tyler Brayton says Bob Saget passed away. Is that going to be on America's Funniest Home Videos or not? Who knows? Too many celebrities have been dying lately. We had Sidney Poitier the other day, and now we got this one going on. This is just... Oof. So, okay, she is back.
I've got a mouthful of nuts. No comment.
I'm not saying.
Oh, I need more. I need another drink. Hold on. I'm getting that too.
See, if you didn't hear that, she said she had a mouthful of nuts, and I'm not saying a word.
Okay.
We have a report in that Bob Saget passed away.
Oh God, too many pets and people are dying.
No word if that was going to be on America's Funniest Home Videos or not. Ah, yes.
Thank you. Well, that's no good.
So, just filling dead air. JJ says he could call in, but I don't know how well that would do anything for us.
Yeah, I don't have it set up for that. And we are on a limited time thing, but I would love maybe to set that up to have a discussion about.
Very, very Apple-ish.
Yeah, But dinner's going to be ready soon, and we've got to get through the 22nd. But I would love to have another episode on that.
TMZ is the source. Well, we got to get a better source. The Moron Zone.
JJ, perhaps we need to plan another show to talk about that.
It's a possibility.
Because that really bugs me, that whole nature of the rule of order thing. Or what are we on now? The 13th?
13th, yes.
Okay, so it's me asking you.
Yeah, this one was talking about the terminology of adopting versus accepting and receiving a report.
I hate all that too. That was on the test too.
Right.
All right, the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't. That was terrible. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Oh my God, I felt that. Oh, alrighty. Oh, that's terrible. You guys didn't hear that? You did this awful cracking.
I cracked my knuckles.
Oh!
That's what I did.
And ready, Mr. Seaback, cracker of knuckles. On the 13th.
Well, I don't mean nails to scrape on a blackboard, so.
And agendas for sessions.
Okay.
Consisting of several meetings.
Okay.
Most items are A. Scheduled the same as the order of business for regular meetings. B. General orders. C. Scheduled for one meeting only. D. Are postponed until the last meeting of the session.
Okay, okay, wait a minute. The first part of that was a meeting with several.
It says in agendas for sessions
with multiple meetings.
Of multiple meetings. Most items are.
Okay, got it. Keep going.
A. Scheduled the same as the order of business for regular meetings.
Could be true, but B.
General orders.
Possibly.
C. Scheduled for one meeting only.
No.
D. Are postponed until the last meeting of the session.
The LNC would like that, but no. So A was... Well, B was all general orders, and A was scheduled the same as the regular meeting.
Uh-huh.
A could be true, but I think B is the right answer.
It is B, and I would have gotten that wrong.
Okay. Call that one just a guess, because I had a feeling the general orders are generally what's on the agenda versus... Yeah.
So...
Section
41.
Section 41, 44.
You can smell that soup now down here, can't you? It's good.
Faintly.
Faintly, it smells good.
Let's see. Section 41, page 371.
What's Orlando about? JJ says in Orlando?
I have no idea.
Just a short one on the phone? Are we talking phone sex here?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on here, but I feel really weird about it.
Is that a short gavel in your pocket, or you have
me? We'll have a short one on the phone.
Ironically enough, I have a mark on my book on this one.
Really?
Yeah, a little arrow. I'm not sure why.
Okay, what's it say?
It's just under agenda or program, under order of business, section 41.
Yeah, but I don't know where you're at.
Section 41, order of business.
Yeah, got it.
Section called agenda or program.
Yeah.
Okay. It is that first paragraph.
First paragraph, okay.
By a single vote, a series of special orders or general orders or a mixture of both can be made. Right. Such a series is called an agenda.
Correct.
When an hour is assigned for a particular subject on an agenda, that subject is thereby made a special order unless by footnote or other means it is stated that the time is intended merely for guidance, in which case the subject is only a general order. subject for which no hours are specified in an agenda are general orders.
And I think that's where they're getting that. There's no
Right.
time specified, so they're general orders. I
Right.
wouldn't have gotten that right. I would have said followed. You want to know why I would have said A, followed the same as for regular meetings? Because all L&C regular meetings are sessions of multiple meetings.
Right.
It would have been me being blinded by what I'm used to.
I was thinking of it that, general orders are normally what's part of an agenda unless there's way specific ones
Yeah.
like time certain or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah, I would have gotten that. Did you mark your thing right?
No, but I will in a second.
Okay.
Here.
Look, I'm looking out for you. To my own disadvantage.
Yeah, because we're tied again.
I'm freezing. Cold in here. I need to get a better heater. The reason I have this one is because it's silent. Any other heater?
Oh,
would
I
make
had,
noise.
get a little of this. I had one at my house that was rattling like a banshee, so I switched out for another one that I had.
Or what, like this? One of these little radiator kinds?
No, it was a ceramic heater fan. But for some reason, the one I replaced it with burned out within 10 minutes of operation. I wasn't even on that high. It's like, what the? So I had to go buy another one. I was like, what in the world?
Oh, Saget died in Orlando.
Oh, I
short
see.
Call on the suspension of rules and the bylaws. We really can't today.
Yeah.
We really can't today. We're under a super
Tight schedule,
tight
and
schedule.
we're only about halfway where we want to get to.
Well, we're more than halfway, but Wayne wants us up for dinner by a certain time.
Okay. He wants to postpone dinner to time certain.
Yes, he does.
Oh, that motion's
so
out.
Unfortunately,
It's soup. That motion's out of order.
And it won't be short because I'm like really fired up on this subject.
Okay. Well, this one is about executive directors, executive secretaries.
Oh, I've known. Okay, go ahead.
The executive secretary / executive director.
They're not the same thing.
I don't know. I just read it.
Okay.
A is appointed by the president. B establishes policies and procedure for the organization. C conducts the day-to-day business of the organization. D is always the ex-officio secretary of the executive committee.
Well, D's not right.
Absolutely not D.
C.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was just thinking of what our executive
Right.
director does.
Yeah.
But we don't call that a executive secretary.
without a citation here, it's not appointed by the president usually, because usually it's a contractual thing.
Yeah,
which
usually they're
oversight.
hired.
Right. B establishes the P&P. No, that's the governing body, not the
Right.
executive
Yes,
director.
in the future. Yes. JJ's asking if we can have a call on this in the
Yes,
future.
in the future.
But I won't guarantee it'll be short because
So-
this is a subject I'm fired up about.
So day to day, yeah, definitely. So that's not going to bother. I'm not going to bother to read over that one because that's pretty,
Yeah.
that one's pretty obvious.
So we'll have to set that up.
Pardon my reach. There we
But
go.
I want to find that article of yours again, though, JJ, too, because I want to reread that to make sure
Okay.
I'm understanding. Okay,
Next.
next. Okay, it's me?
Yes.
All right.
You're reading to me.
Oh, fuck.
Give me a toy.
All right, so the 15th.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm not doing good today. When the
Ooh la
orders
la.
of the day
Okay.
are called for by a member,
Okay.
A, the orders can be set aside by a 2/3 vote in the negative. B, the orders can be set aside by a majority vote. C, the chair can change the agenda. D, makes no sense because its missing word says lay on the table.
Okay. Well. Okay. First of all, C is not right. But what do you think D is supposed to say?
I think D is supposed to say the orders of the day can be laid on the table.
I don't buy that argument either. So what's A and B again?
A, the orders can be set aside by a 2/3 vote in the negative.
Okay. And then the other one?
The orders can be set aside by a majority vote.
2/3 in the negative. That's a weird one.
What I'm guessing that is the call is we proceed to the orders of the day, so 2/3 must vote no, we will not proceed to the orders of the day.
Yeah. That's how I interpret it also. But
I'm not sure that's the correct interpretation, but that's the way I understand
yeah.
it.
And C was just a majority vote.
A majority vote.
No, B was a majority. Excuse me. C.
Yeah. C was changed by the chair.
No, and then D. That
And
takes.
D was the weird fragment, and I'll tell you, it's not D.
Oh, I know it's not D. That's making
Yeah,
sense.
I'm just letting you know right
and
now.
I know it ain't C either, because
Yeah.
that's.
I looked at the
ridiculous.
answer because I wanted to see if it was D, because if it was, I was just going to throw this thing out, because D isn't even a complete sentence. It
Right.
makes no sense, but it's not D,
I'm gonna stick with A.
which was
The
2/3 vote in the
2/3
negative. And it is A.
Okay.
And the reason, the hint I gave earlier would have told that, was will members' rights be and Pinch, did they, before you made your motion, have a right to expect that they would follow the orders of the day?
Not only that, but the way I was thinking of it was that a 2/3 vote in the negative to set aside the orders of the day is the equivalent of doing a 2/3 vote to suspend the rules to do something else.
Yes, exactly.
That's where I was going with it.
Yes, CF Shirts, or however you pronounce that, CFC Hearts. Yikes! Well, does that cause you to twitch? Yikes. Harlow's on Twitch. It's a Twitch comment.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So did you?
No, but I am now. We're
Are
tied.
you ahead of my?
We're tied again.
We are neck and neck.
That's what she said.
We're necking.
Ooh, baby. All right.
You asking me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really. Don't get frustrated.
I'm just saying, hand me the damn.
Am I frustrating you, baby? I need another.
I'm frustrated, but not because of that. Anyway,
I need another Kratom.
I'm frustrated because of you, Lydia. That's a hint.
Oh, the tea got dished. Oh,
Chicka wow wow.
and oh, I can't pick them up. I dropped my glasses and I can't pick them up. Oof, 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 oof.
Anyway, okay.
And here's Lydia.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
I got your back, girlfriend.
Bitches.
Okay, I got your back, girl. Girl club here.
Okay. What?
Oh, I need to take my.
Go ahead and take it while I try to decipher what the hell they're talking about here.
Yeah. Okay. Man, it's killing me. You're supposed to go. Okay.
What?
Do you want to play my mother right now?
No.
No, but do you want to pretend like you're my mother right now?
Oh, that's different.
Because I have a very low pain threshold, by the way. But my mom, every time I complain, like if I had this arm and I was complaining as much as I am right now, this would be my mom. Do you want me to heat the oven up? You can just go put your fucking head in the oven right now and get it over with. Is that what you want? That was my mother.
God.
Because she's got tired of me. So see, you must not be on anything else. Am I planning on a comeback? Isn't there a song? We don't have a song for that. What's that? It's a LL Cool J song. Don't call this a comeback. Yes, I am. CF Hearts.
Actually, I think it'd be from the 70s. Baby, come back.
Yeah, baby, come back. Da 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 da. Any kind of fool could see I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Oh, I'm kicking their asses, CFC Hearts. They don't know what's coming. Reno reset, baby. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Hold on.
Bitches.
Yeah. Okay. When I first read this, my eyebrow shot up into my forehead, and I'm going, "What the hell are they talking about here?" Okay, so I have to caution you here. Listen carefully,
Oh
because
God, I'm
this is
too drunk. Bob Saget was 65. He wasn't eligible. Wow.
He wasn't. Damn, that's too young. Anyway,
What did he die from?
don't know.
Okay.
It's the first I've heard of it, so you know. Okay.
Oh.
The special order for the meeting,
Okay, got it.
as distinguished from
a
a special order
Okay.
for you remember this one, yeah?
No, I don't remember it. There was something similar
Yeah.
to it on the test.
Okay, for the meeting. A is taken up immediately after the call to order.
Mm-hmm.
B can be suspended when the hour for a special order of the meeting has arrived. C is the only special order permitted at the meeting. Or D is taken up immediately after the minutes have been approved.
A.
You sure?
No, say it again.
The special order for the meeting,
Yes.
as distinguished from a special order for the meeting.
Right.
A is taken up immediately after the call to order.
But it's a special order. It's a special meeting, isn't it? Yeah, at least I didn't lose to 3 small children in a trench coat. I actually would have rather have lost to 3 small children in a trench coat
Well,
than getting illegitimately removed by a
thing-
corrupt bitch-ass LNC.
You were removed by 3 small children.
Yeah, they didn't even give me the courtesy of a trench coat.
Right. Anyway.
No one wants to see that shit. Cover that up. Okay, I'm confused. So
I'm not going to drop a nightmare and binge your head, so never mind.
So A is
Okay.
immediately after the call to order.
Yes.
And D was immediately after the reading of the minutes. And where I'm getting confused between A and D is the special order for a meeting makes it sound like it's a special meeting. Because it's a meeting called for a particular special order.
So what are you going
So I don't think you approve minutes at a special meeting. That's why I eliminated D. No, but why is it D? Are you giving me a hint that it's D?
It is D.
But you read minutes. See, I knew it was A or D.
Yeah.
I knew it was A or D.
Because B doesn't make any sense.
Right, it's not B or C.
Can't be
but you
suspended.
you understand why I was like, do you?
Yeah, no, I understand your reasoning. Okay, because what they're saying here, just to decipher what this, and I look at this first, and I'm like, wait a minute, what am I reading? The special order for the meeting. Okay.
Right, as distinguished from A special.
Is what the meeting is talking about versus a special order for the meeting, which is the call for the meeting.
No, it's not.
Or is it the other way around?
No. It's just distinguishing. No, we're gonna have to read this section.
Okay.
But you gave me the answer, so this question nobody gets right or wrong. But
it's on the same page that was at earlier with the agenda. Okay, it's the paragraph right above it. Section 41 again.
The special order for a meeting. Right. It's a desire to devote an entire meeting to a subject.
Right. Keep going. Yeah, or as much of the meeting is, and maybe necessary, the matter can be made the special order for the meeting as distinguished from a special order for the meeting. See page 356.
Okay.
The special order for the meeting, and by the way, they italicized this just for clarity's sake, will then be taken up as soon as the minutes have been approved, and the remainder of the order of business will not be taken up until this special order has been disposed of.
Okay. I just got confused because it made it to me sound like it was a special meeting and you don't approve minutes.
That's the way I was reading it initially.
Okay. Yeah. Well, now I know you read minutes, so I took the L on that one.
Okay. 17th, you're asking me.
Okay. Yeah. That I'm just gonna have to memorize. It says he was found dead at the Ritz-Carlton. Was he? That sounds like.
Well, it depends on what the hell he was doing there.
Yeah, that almost sounds like.
Chicka wow wow.
Like, what was he doing? Is it, that sounds like, our guy that was found dead at the CD Motel.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The one with the hourly rates, yeah.
The one that, yeah. All right.
The mirrors in the ceiling. And the quarter operated bed.
Oh, God, I wouldn't have known this either. But, of course, I've been drinking a lot now. So we're the 17th.
Yep.
Under certain circumstances, which of the following motions may become debatable?
Okay.
A motion to create a blank. B, a motion to reopen the polls. C, a motion related to nominations while an election is pending. Or D, a point of order.
Okay, wait a minute. Start that one fresh, please.
Under certain circumstances.
Okay.
Fuck. Which of the... It's my arm.
I know, but...
Chicka wow wow.
My arm... Ooh! Yeah, my arm is killing me. Which of...
Just what the timing was just too...
Under certain circumstances, a motion to... I want to debate that, sir. Okay. Under certain circumstances, which of the following motions may become debatable?
Okay.
Yeah, JJ says, I frankly have never seen the special order. Never have I.
JJ, it's a quarter pounder with no fries.
Yeah, but I've never seen that invoked.
Anyway, okay. So under certain circumstances...
Which of the following motions may become debatable?
May become debatable, okay.
A motion to create a blank.
Okay.
B, a motion to reopen the polls. C, a motion relating to nominations while an election is pending. D, point of order.
It ain't C. This may be debatable?
May become debatable under certain circumstances. Fuck.
A was...
Motion to create a blank. Oh, God.
Going blank with ouch. D was point of order.
Point of order.
B was...
A motion to reopen the polls.
I don't think it's B. I almost want to say D, but what was A one more time?
A motion to create a blank.
I'm going to stick with D. Because I'm not sure about A.
Okay.
My context is lost there. So.
It is D.
It is D. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that was an eliminational guess.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have gotten that right because of the way this question is worded is really bad. And if you had gotten it wrong, I would have been very amenable to calling it a shitty question because it seems the way it's worded when it says under certain circumstances, which of the following motions may become debatable. To me, that implies that these are usually almost always debatable.
Right.
And only in weird circumstances can they be debatable. And a point of order... Depending,
is that really a motion?
it is. Yeah, it is. Remember, we talked. We found that before.
Yeah.
But when you appeal it, like, I don't know. I think the question is weird. So let's look at it. And plus, I've had way too much to drink. So I'm gonna have you look that up because I can't be trusted. And I'm gonna answer Dave Davis's question while you're finding that.
Okay, this was section 23, which is.
And David Davis says, "Aren't special orders something not done during a regular session like speeches?" No, and he says Bob Saget was on tour.
Okay, so he's doing
no special orders.
Stand-up bad comedy. Okay.
Are done during regular meetings. It's things that are given a certain high priority. Like you'll assign, like if something is postponed, if something is set for a certain time, that's a special order. Frankly, I think the whole distinguishment between special orders and general orders and all that is just a bunch of archaic fluff that needs to die because everyone is confused by it.
Sure, including us sometimes.
Yeah, like the questions we get on it, we're always like, what? I think all of that makes Roberts unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah, okay. References page 248, section 23, rules on point of order.
Okay.
This is a standard part of standard characteristics 1 and 2.
And what's it say?
Okay. First, a part of standard characteristic 1. In cases where the chair, being in doubt, refers the point of order to the judgment of the assembly, and where the point of order thereby the point becomes debatable.
Got it.
It, like a debatable appeal, also yields to subsidiary motions. Blah 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 blah.
I get it now. So they're saying so they're right. Okay. I was thinking. I was immediately jumping to appeal rather than reading it quite.
And actually,
literally.
it's standard characteristic number 5 is the other half of this.
Okay.
Is not debatable, but with the chair's consent, a member may be permitted to explain his point, and knowledgeable or interested members can be heard by way of explanation. If the chair submits the point of vote to an assembly, the rules governing debatability are the same for an appeal.
I got. I was reading. I was not taking it literally enough. I was already thinking of an appeal, which are usually debatable. Yeah. But they meant the actual point of order itself. Okay, my bad. It was actually not a bad question. Okay. And you got it right.
All right.
I would have gotten it wrong.
Let me list pile here.
Because I was reading too much into it when I should have just read the black letter of what they were saying. But I don't trust these questions so much.
Okay, laying on the table.
Please, because I'm such in pain right now. I really just want to lay on the table.
When a motion is laid on the table,
yes.
A, consideration can be resumed at the will of the majority.
Yes.
B, it can be considered only by action of the chair.
No.
C, it cannot be considered again until the next meeting.
No.
D, must be referred to a committee.
A.
Yeah, that's A. I'm going to look at the back, tell you
that.
Yeah,
that was easy peasy.
Yeah.
That's just like basic. Like, that's just how...
We're not going to bother with that
right,
one.
We're not going to... Because emotionally on the table is to temporarily set aside something so that urgent intervening business can be taken up. And the idea is to take it up again immediately when you've taken care of that intervening matter.
Yeah. Emotionally lay on the table? That's what you want to do right now.
I do. I want to emotionally lay on the table.
You need to ask me now.
I do.
Yeah. You just got that one right.
I'm so fucking confused.
You're fine.
I forgot. No, I'm not fine. I'm very far from fine right now, and I've got minutes to finish tonight. I've only got like an hour worth of the meeting left.
We're getting there. We're at the 19th now. Got like 3 days left after this.
Budget minutes are a bitch, and there was like 50 fucking amendments to this budget.
There always are 50 fucking
There
amendments
really
to the
isn't.
budget.
Actually, in the last, there usually are. But last time we did so much prep work on the budget ahead of time. It was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
That's
forgot
the current,
about this.
That's the current score for the day, isn't it, moment, folks?
Yeah, no, leave that up there. So Mike has 7.
And
I
you've
have
got 7.
And there've been no shitty questions so far.
Yeah.
And you didn't do shitty in brown.
We couldn't find the brown marker, and it was fading anyway, so I put it in purple.
Okay, just wondering.
Yeah.
We forgot to keep switching back here. We have this fancy thing we've spent so much time doing. Okay, are you ready, Mr. Seaback?
Yeah, we'll leave it here.
Oh no, this is a Sunday.
Okay.
Oh, so I can get back ahead.
Well, in that case, hand me this file. Okay.
Chicka wow wow.
Where's Doc Sexy?
I don't know. Maybe
He's slacking. Maybe he's got a date. He's gonna be getting all Doc Sexy.
Okay. Executive Board.
I'm not gonna be good at that because we don't do that.
Well, that's the title of the question. Executive Board, :
Oh. The
A,
Executive Board of the colon.
must be provided for in the standing rules. B, must be provided for by a special rule of order. C, must be provided for in the bylaws. Or D, is composed only of the elected officers. Yes, it is the bylaws.
Yeah, it has to be the bylaws.
D doesn't make it. D is ridiculous. And A and B doesn't make any sense anyway.
Yeah, well,
Because they kind of repeat themselves.
yeah, because it's a board within the board, like in the bylaws, because it's kind of like a delegation of the authority of the board, and only the bylaws can allow you to do that. But we might want to see what it says in the section.
Give me one moment.
And so it's section, is it boards, composition of boards, 49. What is 49? Boards, okay.
Hang on. I gotta get over here.
And just
482.
for 1 second, one tiny second, I am ahead. Okay,
I thought you were a Karen Ann.
I'm ahead. For just one tiny second, I'm a giant head, so I could buy those glasses on Amazon. Because they're perfect for big heads.
Okay. The section is called the Executive Board of an Organized Society. It's the first section after the beginning of the section.
Oh, is it really? Oh, I see that, yes.
Okay, so we go to the next page. And it's the, let's see, first, second, third paragraph of the section that says
Yes,
Executive
okay.
Board.
A society has no executive board, nor can its officers act as a board except as the bylaws may provide. And, when so established, the board has only the power as is delegated to it by the bylaws or by a vote of the society's assembly referring individual matters to it.
Yep, simple, straightforward.
Simple, easy peasy.
All right. It's your turn to ask me.
Is?
It is.
Okay.
You just got that one right.
I'm very confused. I'm very vulnerable right now, Mike. Okay, did you see?
No.
I flipped the answer. I flashed you the answer. I know you looked. Oh, fuck.
Chicka wow wow.
Look, this is all I can bend it right now. Fuck, it hurts. Okay, are you ready?
You need some sports cream or something.
I
on
do.
there.
I need to just put it in my sling for the rest of the night because it's I'm overusing
Does
it.
ice help any on it?
It does, but I hate ice. But I really just need to put it back in the sling.
Okay.
Okay.
What?
I'm okay. Hairy Desert.
What?
The Hairy Desert, don't you remember?
No.
Oh,
Honey, if you gotta put your arm in a sling, it's up with just your arm. But anyway.
here we go. Which of the following motions is
Yes.
ordered by the demand of only one member?
Okay.
A. Call for a counted vote. B. Objection to the consideration of a question.
Okay.
C. Call for division of the assembly. D.
It ain't C.
Closing of nominations.
It ain't closing of nominations. It ain't A. It's gonna be objection to consideration of the question.
It's C. Division.
What?
Yes, I knew that. You can't order objection to consideration of the question by only one member.
Sure you can.
You can't order objection.
You call consideration of the question.
You can't order objection of consideration of the question by only one member. Like, I object, and then all of a sudden it's not considered. That's an order.
The objective consideration of the question makes automatically that move to the vote requiring.
Right, you have to have a vote.
Right.
But this is saying ordered it. Which of the following motions is ordered? Meaning it's done.
Oh. But division.
One member can call for division. And
Okay.
division
Oh,
is
okay.
done.
We changed our bylaws for that. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
To require more
right.
than that.
And normally it would be voice vote, and it's inconclusive. One member can say division, and they have to go to standing or raise hands.
Right. Okay.
And that only requires.
It's that ordered part, which was the thing. Yeah.
Right, is the ordered part.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
This is the last one. So.
All right. And what's the other one though that you and I we've learned the hard way can be done by one member. Doesn't need to be seconded. Doesn't need to be voted upon.
One of the motions to.
Divide the
the
question when it's
things.
two unrelated
Yeah.
items.
Yeah.
That comes up a lot in committees.
Okay. Last question of the marathon here.
Oh, good, because I'm in pain, baby.
Well.
And
Okay.
not the good kind.
When members are speaking in debate, the presiding officer should A. Be seated unless the view between him and the members would be obstructed.
Yes.
B. Be inattentive to the speaker's remarks.
They usually are, but no.
Yeah, it's Whitney. C. Remain standing.
No.
D. Interrupt the speaker because he knows more about the matter.
And that is our past Colorado chair. A.
It is A.
Yes. You're supposed to sit.
When the thing of it is, though, when you have the speaker up on the podium on the upper elevated stage and the president up there and the red bus on below, nobody ever bothers to sit.
No. Right.
Yeah.
But technically at board meetings, like the board is the chair's supposed to stand. Like
We never bother with
no,
that.
we don't. I don't like all those It reminds me of the Catholic Church. It's too much sitting, standing, kneeling. It's too much.
We used to call that the Catholic Church exercise program.
Yeah, and when we go to these, like I went to one of the local units here, parliamentary units, little training session. They make you do these little mock meetings, and boy, is it tedious if you follow all of that. The sitting, the standing, the repeating, the whatever, and I'm like, oh my God, shoot me now. Oh. And you want to know what the fake motion was that we were debating at this? Is whether beagles were better than bagels.
Well,
That was at this
well,
thing.
that depends on whether you locks them up or not.
Oh God, but I'm just telling you.
Okay.
It was a resolution that beagles were better than bagels.
And that is the last question.
Okay, everyone, we thank you.
For your patience, your endurance,
Yes.
your and you're going through the agony, except for Bob Saget, who decided to check out.
Oh. We'll drink to Bob Saget here.
Yes. Because you might see us on America's Funniest Home Videos someday.
Someday.
Maybe not.
Oh God. Oh, this hurts. All right, I'm ready for some chicken noodle soup. I will divide this up, but thank you all for joining us. We hope you learned something.
And welcome to 2020 Part 2. 2022.
Hopefully you learned something.
And if you
useful.
didn't, well,
Too bad.
I hope you had at least had some good laughs.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go to the closing here. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Viva! Let's hear the opposition side. Like a stubborn donkey's bray. All opposed? You say nay. Opposed! Opposed! The motion carries anyway.